Hi, my name is Dan. This video is one in a series of videos in which I'm going to talk about using physics and physics simulation in the Unreal Engine. And in this one, I'm just going to show you where to find physics settings in your project. So there are three places where there are physics settings. The first is in the world settings. So we just brought that up. And there's not much in here, but there's some gravity stuff. So you can override the world gravity and something to do with physics volumes here. Okay, and in the next video, we'll actually play around with gravity and falling. The second one is in the project settings. And if you go in the engine down to physics, then there's a whole load more stuff here. Now, some of it is to do with the physics simulation, and most of that is inside this section, simulation, and some of it is to do with constants. So here's where the default gravity is set for the whole project, and that's a realistic gravity uh, for normal surface planet Earth, minus 9.8 because it's acting downwards. And I said 9.8, and you can actually see 980. That's because I'm thinking in meters per second, which is 9.8. But because Unreal works in centimeters, you have to multiply everything that's got the word meters in it by 100. So this is minus 9.8 meters per second is minus 980 centimeters per second. Same with the default terminal velocity, um, which is set at 40,000. How many zeros is that? I can't read it very clearly. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 40,000. Um, that's actually 40 meters per second. Sorry, 400 meters per second, because we divided by 100. Um, there's a whole lot of stuff here to do with the rendering, to do with optimization, and other aspects. But that's where some of the settings are. And finally, um, that you have physics settings in the actual objects themselves. So if I just uh, jump into it, I'm in the starter content here, go to the props, grab a sphere here, then underneath, we don't want the world settings, close that. Underneath here, we've got a setting for physics. And if we want to simulate physics for an object, we just tick that box. And that should have fallen to the floor, and it has, and I can push it around and do things. And there's various other settings in there as well, as you can see. And we'll be exploring some of these in the rest of this series of videos. But that's it from me for now.